That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, it's unfortunately we have found ourselves in a situation a number of times recently that we've had to talk about movies that are bombing. Borderlands, obviously, is not doing so good. I think so far it's made like $15 million. Oof. They spent $20 million or $30 million just on the marketing of the movie. So this is going to be a huge thing. But before Borderlands, there was Horizon.
The real man's flop.
The real man's flop. The Kevin Costner, who I adore, and I am an unabashed and will always defend Kevin Costner. I love Kevin Costner.
The American flop.
Phrasing is just weird on that.
Real man's flop, baby.
But I mean, there's just no getting around it. This movie was an unmitigated disaster when it comes to the box office. It made somewhere in the neighborhood of $34 million at the box office, which barely covered its marketing budget, let alone cutting into its production budget. It's that movie alone cost $100 million to make.
3-hour movie too.
After you take away the theater's 1/3 cut, this movie came very close, if not made it, lost $100 million. $100 million. Well, now, for all those of you who skipped it in theaters, you're going to get to watch it on Max. Because according to a report now, it's coming out next week. This comes to us from Variety, who wrote the following. The Wild Wild West will soon be available from your couch. Kevin Costner's Horizon American Saga Chapter 1. By the way, never call your movie Chapter something. It just turns people off knowing that, oh, we're not actually going to get to see the full story. Just don't do that. Anyway, is moseying over to Max on August 23rd. The first installment of the Western series, which he co-starred in, co-directed, co-wrote, co-produced, and co-financed.
Dang.
Details of the life of several characters in the American West during and after the Civil War. Costner planned for the Horizon saga to span 4 movies, the first 2 of which were shot back to back, so the money's already spent. But after the first film's box office disaster, it's unclear how it will proceed. The second movie in Horizon franchise was pulled from its August 16th theatrical release date after the first film earned only $11 million at the box office in its opening weekend, despite an approximately $100 million budget. Costner stated that he spent $38 million of his own money to finance the film. Hey, you know what? Good on him. Support. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else? So good on him for doing that. Horizon Chapter 2 will bow at the Venice Film Festival on September 7th. Now, here's where it kind of gets interesting. Costner started production on the 3rd movie already. He already started production on the 3rd movie in the series in May and took a pause to promote the first installment. Filming for Chapter 3 was expected to continue in August. I bet you it won't. And key members of the crew have the script for the 4th and final film. So,
can we talk about this for a second? Because, do you think you're making Lord of the Rings, Kevin?
Yes.
Dune didn't even do this. Dune didn't even do it. And I don't even like that franchise that much. And that one is a huge global phenomenon that still waited for its part 2 money. What?
Can Kevin Costner get on Blade?
Hey, man.
Things could start rolling pretty soon then.
Kevin Costner, man. He's
$40 million of his own money to get Blade
That's
going.
true. I mean, he believes in his product. Good for him.
I mean, and look, there is something very American Horizon to believing in yourself and believing in your own product. The 3rd movie is never going to get made. I mean, they may have already started shooting it, but who's going to give Kevin Costner more money? The second film will make less money than the first film did. And again, remember, I am not speaking to the quality of the film. I am not speaking to the quality of the film. I'm speaking about the cold, hard results. And nobody is going to say, yeah, Kev, here's another $40 million to finish off shooting part 3. I'm sure we'll get our money back. It's going to go down as one of the biggest disasters in Hollywood history. And at the end of the day, if you're Kevin Costner, all that should matter to him is he proud of the films he made? At the end of the day, for him, that's all that should matter. Of course, it'd be nice to have that $40 million back in your bank account, but as long as he's proud of the films he's made, this is a passion project for him.
And I maybe there's some hope that when this goes on to streaming, and then there's all the people that skipped it, and maybe they watch it, maybe they really like it, maybe that few or whatever trickle in to watch the second one in theater, but that's not going to be enough, I think, to actually turn the tide of this.
Yeah, no, it won't happen.
franchise.
It's getting its premiere at the Venice Film Festival. I don't believe it's going to get distributed. It might be one of those Fathom Events things where they
Sure.
release it in like 15 cities for a week and then put it directly to streaming after that. But they're not going to put another 20, 25 million behind a marketing campaign for a theatrical run of a second film. So I don't know, Chris. I mean, this has been just unraveling before our eyes for a long time now. What do you make of this? And do you think are you more optimistic? Do you think they'll get around to making chapter 3 and 4?
If they make chapters 3 and 4, it will be direct releases, is my thought here. And there is the possibility of, we've seen this before, where things go into theaters and they don't get a lot of traction, but once they drop on streaming, they do finally get an audience. And so we could have that happen here if people finally watch chapter 1, then go, heck yeah, I'm ready for chapter 2. Oh my gosh, I want some more. But then how do you give me more, please? That's how you ask for movies, right?
Give me more after 3 hours.
After 3 hours, right? I've watched 6 hours of the Wild West. Let's go. maybe though, I would watch Tombstone on a loop. I love that movie. So maybe there's some hope here. I just don't understand how you recoup any of those costs. There's no world, in my opinion, where this makes any money, and that unfortunately is the other aspect of the entertainment industry. Yes, we want to be entertained. Yes, we do want new original stories. Oh my gosh, I love Westerns, and I wish they did have some kind of resurgence in theaters. But giving people 6-hour increments of film is probably not the route to take it. I don't know. I'm becoming more and more like you, Ray, of just, why is this movie so dang long?
Oh,
I don't want to
yeah.
be here for 3 hours. I got shit to do. I've got a tiny
exactly.
bladder.
Exactly.
You know what? We're making this 4 hours.
We're making
Just-
4
So
hours.
Chapter
imagine
3
if
is
all
4.
them get
You know
made.
what? Fair. I shouldn't have complained.
Yeah.
That's 12
I'm so
hours
sorry,
of
Kevin.
of film. If
Yeah.
all of them get made, that's more. That's.
Well, we don't know that part 3 was going to be 3 hours. So
I'm
that
just
part 4
saying.
was going to be 3
I
hours.
mean,
Yeah.
come on.
That's why I said a long time ago it should have just been a 12-part. Each one is 1 hour long series.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Gametime. My wife Ann and I love going to events, whether they're comedy shows, concerts, an LA Lakers game. I mean, just the other night we went to go see Ronnie Chang and it was awesome. We love having these new experiences and new memories. And our sponsor Gametime makes getting tickets for concerts and events faster and easier, even if you don't buy tickets right away. Because prices on the Gametime app actually go down the closer you get to the show start time. With killer last minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Gametime takes the guesswork out of buying event tickets. I couldn't believe how easy and most importantly, intuitively, the entire app works. Finding the event I was looking for couldn't have been easier. The way it lays out the map of the venue, letting you know exactly where the seats are that you're looking for, and how easy the process was to choose and buy those tickets. So don't worry if you think you're too late to get tickets to that big event you and your friend want to go to. They have last minute deals. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, whatever. So guys, take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the code CAMPEA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CAMPEA, CAMPEA, for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Did you see Horizon? If so, what did you think of it? Were you at least interested? Will you check out the 3-hour Kevin Costner film on stream when it comes? Do you think they'll get around to making number 3? Is there a reality where this can get all turned around and this can become a profitable franchise? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.